My sister faked a house fire for wedding money, so I exposed her in front of everyone. I am a 25-year-old woman. My older sister, Chloe, has always been the absolute golden child. She was engaged and obsessed with throwing a lavish wedding, but she was totally broke. One night, Chloe called my parents completely hysterical. She claimed her apartment caught fire from a faulty heater. She sobbed violently, saying she lost absolutely everything. Her custom wedding dress, her expensive furniture, and her irreplaceable memories were gone forever. My parents were completely devastated for her. Within 48 hours, they drained their retirement savings to give her $20,000 in cash. Her fiancé's wealthy family handed her a check for another $30,000. But I knew Chloe. She has a long history of manipulating people to get what she wants. She once faked a massive car accident in college just to get out of taking her final exams, and my parents paid her fake medical bills. So, when she moved back into my parents' house, I started paying very close attention. She played the grieving victim perfectly. She cried on cue whenever relatives visited. A massive GoFundMe was launched by her friends, and strangers donated thousands to help her rebuild. Something felt incredibly wrong. Chloe was entirely too calm behind closed doors. She casually browsed luxury honeymoon packages while my mom cried over her lost childhood belongings. When I asked Chloe about the fire investigators report, she violently snapped at me. She claimed she was too traumatized to deal with paperwork. She absolutely refused to let my parents call her landlord. My dad told me I was being completely heartless for interrogating my deeply traumatized sister. I couldn't let it go. I drove straight down to her apartment complex on a Tuesday afternoon. I braced myself to see a completely destroyed, blackened building. Instead, the property was perfectly untouched. I walked into the leasing office and asked the manager about the terrible fire in Chloe's unit. The manager looked at me like I was completely insane. He told me there was never a fire. Chloe had quietly broken her lease 3 days before her dramatic phone call. She secretly hired a moving company and transferred all her belongings into a private storage unit across town. She hid her entire life and claimed it burned to ashes just to fund her extravagant dream wedding. I didn't confront her in private. I waited exactly 3 days until her massive bridal shower. The rented venue was packed with people who had donated their hard-earned money to her fake tragedy. Chloe stood at the front, wiping away fake tears as she gave a speech about rising from the ashes. I calmly walked up to the front. I plugged my phone into the projector. Suddenly, massive photos of her perfectly pristine apartment building and the signed storage unit receipt flashed on the wide screen. The room went completely dead silent. Our parents turned totally white. Her fiancé stared at the screen in pure shock, took off his engagement ring, and walked out the front door without saying a single word. Chloe started screaming hysterically, calling me a horrible monster who ruined her life. I just looked at her and said, "No, Chloe, the fire ruined your life. Was I wrong for exposing her in front of everyone, or did she get exactly what she deserved?" Write your answer in the comments.